Did you know that someone that's overweight actually has a fast metabolism? The word metabolism is thrown around all the time in the fitness industry, and most people just don't understand it. It's thought that if you're heavy, it's slow, and if you're thin, it's fast. It's not that cut and dry. So I'm gonna explain it in a way that you can understand and apply it to yourself and anybody you care about, so this way you never deal with a slow metabolism ever again. So here we go. I want you to imagine that your metabolism is a car, okay? Your metabolism runs off a few things, and mostly it's gonna be nutrition or calories that come in. So you have this idea that you wanna get healthy, that you wanna lose weight, and you start to do two things. One, you start to exercise, and two, you start to eat less food or healthy food. And when you do that, you reduce what's called the calorie load. And when you exercise, you expend calories. So just stick with me on this. I'm gonna pretend that you're a car. So your metabolism, let's say if you're taking 4,000 calories a day, your metabolism theoretically is burning at 4,000 miles per hour, okay? Now you have this idea that you're gonna get healthy, and you knock those calories down to 2,000 because you're eating salads and chicken breasts. And now you start to work out and you start to burn 400 or 500 calories, maybe 700 calories if you're exercising intensely. There is a huge deficit that happens. One is coming from your mouth, and two from your activity. So now remember, your metabolism is going 4,000 miles per hour. Even though that may have been too many calories for you, and if you're overweight, it obviously is. And definitely the quality of nutrition is a factor, but that's another video. So you're going 4,000 miles per hour, okay? You're taking in 4,000 calories every single day. And now, in your attempt to be healthy, you knocked it down to maybe 2,000, 1,700 calories, and there's a tremendous deficit. You've almost knocked your calories in half. Some people even go below that. And in the beginning, of course, you're gonna lose weight. Some of it's gonna be water, but unfortunately, some of it's gonna be muscle. And then all the mechanisms in your body, your thyroid, your pituitary gland, the active tissue of your body, your muscle mass starts to come off your body, and your metabolism slows down. And why does it happen? It's because you're wasting away. Your body has no idea what you're doing on the outside. It just knows there's less calories, nutrition coming in. And what it does is it slows everything down so you don't starve to death. And this is when you start to see people really start to get cranky and obsess about food, and it's just a slippery slope. So we're gonna talk about step number one, where you never do this again. It's gonna be called the no diet diet, okay? So you remember, we don't wanna go from taking in all these calories to taking in very little calories, because your body will just backpedal. And oh, by the way, one more thing, once you decide not to starve yourself anymore, your metabolism is so ratcheted down, and now you're throwing maybe even 5,000 calories because you've been starving for 2 weeks, 2 months, and now you start to shovel all this food in because your body needs nutrition, but your metabolism, your metabolic rate is so suppressed because it went in hibernation, okay? It's shut down, and now your body just stockpiles everything back in. And this is why when people lose 20 pounds, they usually put 25 or 30 back on, and then they do it over and over and over. And this is where the frustration really starts. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna put you on the best diet ever. It's the one that I use with every single client I work with. It's called the no diet diet. Unless you have a real serious health problem that needs to be addressed immediately, I don't want you to ever diet again. So step number one is gonna be movement and exercise. The right type of exercise. It's gonna be cardiovascular and weight training. And obviously that's gonna be different for everybody. But I don't want you to diet. I want you to stay on the diet that you're currently on. And start with daily movement. Now people say, how much should I exercise? I always tell people, most people should sweat every single day. But you definitely want to do a minimum of 3 to 4 times a week, upward to 6. Okay, and that should be a mix of weights, cardiovascular, and some stretching. paired with really good sleep and, you know, nutrition down the road. So I want you to start off by just exercising with the calories that you're eating. If you're heavy, you're probably eating a lot of food, unless you have, you know, a thyroid issue or something like that. But if for somebody who's just eating horribly, eat what you're eating and start with fitness, because you're gonna have fuel in you. Calories, lots of calories are fuel, they are energy. That's all a calorie is, a measurement of energy. So go into this time with some energy. You're gonna train harder. You know, athletes and people with muscles and bodybuilders, they eat a tremendous amount of calories, a tremendous amount of food. But it's a different type of food, it's a quality food, and we'll get into that. So that's it, no more dieting ever again. You're gonna start with daily exercise. And that might be just walking down the block for you, or lifting some 5-pound dumbbells, or maybe you're already working out and you're gonna just ramp it up. But that's your first diet. Work out and work out intensely for you. So that's gonna be it. And as always check with your doctor before you start any exercise or nutrition program. Guys, I hope you like this video. Please subscribe, make a comment, ask questions, pass it along to a loved one, because we're here to help you. Stay tuned.